Messing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on, guys? This is TotallyBlitzed Fight Club, first episode. How's it going? This is Paul Pickham Winham Concha. I'm always joined by, or at least the new guys class.
Oh man, that's your boy. That boy. Hey, look, see, I'm known as Kev Waterboy, boy, but hey, when we talking fighting, you can call me Keijiro Hanma. You feel me? But hey, man, this is gonna be an interesting episode right here, man. First, we gotta welcome the new man, the big dog himself, big boxer, big hands. If he don't hit you with the right, he gonna hit you with the left, and don't you dare try to counter. Don't you dare try to counter.
What's going on,
Introduce
boys?
yourself, man.
Man, what's going on? My name's Marcus. Big boxing guy, but dabbing a little bit in the UFC this state. We're gonna come with it, man.
Do you have a nickname in boxing? Like
right now, I got my nickname from football, but I haven't really translated that to boxing yet because I feel like someone got to give you the nickname.
How about
you giving?
I was thinking because like Kev already has one, I have one. I was thinking something slight, something nice, like Money Man Marcus.
Money Man Marcus, I fuck with that. Hell yeah, Money Man.
Because his pick is always right.
Hey, I'm gonna give you a name after I watch you first. After I watch you fade, that's when I'm gonna come with his name. I'm gonna be like, damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for that type of moment. One someone be like, damn, okay, that's him.
I'm gonna watch you fade, and I'm gonna give you a good one.
Feel me? That's fair.
Shit. Hey man, but hey, this is Totally Blitzed Fight Club. If you didn't know, putting things up. We talking fading today, and this is an interesting one right here because I could talk fighting all the time. Like we could talk stories about fighting. We could talk about times we jump people. We could talk one-on-ones. We could talk times we just let shit slide. But I can't talk shit about MMA. So that's why we had to get Paul Pickham Winham Concert. We also have another host who'll be here. Who's a little bit under the weather. We praying for you. Get back good, Will. We got Will. He'll be on the next episode or the recap. Hopefully that boy gets better. But we praying for that man. But hey, this is about to be great. I don't know shit about UFC, but all I know is I've been watching nothing but press conferences, interviews, beefs, Instagram tweets, people talking shit online. Like, there's a lot of beef going on. So, Paul, introduce what we got going on today, man.
Shit, this is UFC 272. Main card, we got Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington as the main event. And basically, this might be, correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus, but this might be the most selling pay-per-view of the year, and there ain't even a belt on it, basically because of Masvidal and Covington's beef.
And the background story of it, man, I feel like that's the biggest story going into
it's
it. Just
beef.
Real beef. Well, should be real beef. Like, they real deal was close, and now shit about to go down.
Yeah. No, I think it's real because if Colby Covington, I know Colby Covington loves to sell his shit. That's one thing, but Masvidal don't. So whenever he's talking real shit, I know he's not faking it. So, like this is some real shit. At least Colby's selling it too much, but at least the Masvidal, hey, we'll see.
How I see it is Colby, he did get kicked out of American Top Team. So I mean, that's kind of real right there. So I feel like it got to be real.
Can't fake this. That's when it's the best drama.
Nah, this shit is the realest beef because you gotta remember that boy Masvidal is from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Like he don't play that shit. That boy's a gangster for real.
Yeah, dog.
Like by the way to move, walk. He a dog.
Knocked out Ray Kimbo.
That boy has 15 losses and is still fading. That boy's a dog. You're gonna come back from whatever. So that's what makes this fight most interesting. But truthfully, we doing this fight first or this fight last?
We're doing this one last, but whenever we talk UFC 272, we always got what's on the title, Covington versus Masvidal. And that's why everyone's buying it. But there's 5 fights in this main card, and I'm not going to lie, all of them are great. We almost were down to 4. RDA's opponent dropped out with COVID, Rafael Fiziev. He's a great fighter, but thankfully we got Renato Macchiano coming in, and he's he's no slouch himself. I mean, this is gonna be a good fight. So thankfully he came in. We almost had Islam, but I mean, I'll settle with this.
That's still gonna be. I feel like it's a great matchup.
100%.
Quick 30-second, right? Who the fuck is Islam? Because they was talking about him on the Michael Bisping podcast, and they was talking about him like, oh shit, bro. Niggas just be running to Islam and it be fucked. Like, who the fuck is Islam?
Shit.
I thought it was a religion.
Islam Akbar is basically Khabib's right-hand man. He was basically his brother. His father, Khabib's father, taught him like he was a family member. He went out and he competed in both MMA and Sambo at the same time. But once he got gold in the Sambo world, whatever, like, the world tournament, guys gold, came back to MMA full time. Khabib retired. Khabib said Islam's next, and he just mauled through everybody. Everybody, first round knockouts, first round TKO submissions. There's Dan Hooker, Bobby Green is the last victim. And honestly, I love RDA, but I think Islam would have mauled through him too.
That's crazy. So like,
First round, maybe.
Really? What's the saying about Sambo again, Paul? I remember you told me like a funny ass saying. There was like a T-shirt, like
everybody think a gangster until they run into a motherfucker with Sambo.
That's real. But this is real. I've been watching the storylines. I've been peeping the stuff. So what's the first fight on the books, man?
All right, first fight on the books. We got Sergey Spivak, 13-3, fighting Greg Hardy, former NFL player, 7-4. He's honestly like, I think like 4-4 in the UFC. I'm gonna shoot this one to the new man himself, Marcus. How do you feel about this fight? I mean, you got former NFL player Greg Hardy. He hasn't looked too great, but hey, he's an athlete. And then Sergey Spivak, who's a little undersized, but he makes up for it with great ground game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Greg Hardy had a rough road in the UFC, man. He up and down. He's had good moments, and then he had some bad moments where he just looked like a fish out of water, especially when you get him on the ground. That's really where his weakness is. But, I mean, he is the bigger dude. He got power in both hands, man. The thing about him, I do believe he got good takedown defense, and that's probably because from football, he got that strong lower body. So I feel like he's not good on the ground, but he has good defense, I would say. Decent defense. But Spivak, I think that's how you say it, right? Spivak.
He's sounding like Sergey. That's his first name. We call him Sergey.
We'll call him Sergey. Sergey definitely got a good wrestling game. I feel like he's going to be shooting for the takedowns early. I feel like that's honestly the only way for him to even come out on top is for him to use that ground game he has. And he has actually a solid, good ground and pound. Definitely solid there. But you want me to go ahead with my pick, or you want to talk?
No, you can. Let's see. I should, because honestly, how I'm looking at it before I make my pick is Sergey. I think he's a good all-around fighter, even though he's undersized. He just lacks knockout power because he's undersized. He doesn't have that 250 punch power. He's only like 230 when he goes into there. And but ground game, like you said, he's great at it. If he gets you there, he's probably gonna win. Greg Hardy does have solid ground defense. He's also just the bigger guy. But I just don't think Greg Hardy is a main card fighter. I think I'm not saying Sergey is either, but I'm just saying Greg Hardy's not main. I think Dana White loves him because he's an NFL fighter. Like, he's from the NFL. We can sell a little bit more tickets. I don't know who's buying the tickets, but he can sell those tickets. And once you actually see him there, I mean, there's a lot of people a lot more deserving. But I mean, just look at his last couple of fights. His last 3 wins, I'm not even gonna look at his losses, but his last 3 wins, all 3 of those guys aren't in the UFC anymore. One was like 9-7, one was 8-5. Like, these are just people I feel like feed me fights. And that's how I've always viewed Greg Hardy. And I just like, he doesn't deserve to be where he is other than the fact that he played in NFL. But he is a phenomenal athlete. For that, like, sure, like, you can make the jump.
Right.
But I mean, I know Kev don't really know anything about it, but you remember Greg Hardy in NFL?
You know who he played for?
Yeah, I'm about to say, I already knew Mark could do the answer.
I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure he played for the Panthers. I was like, I feel like he played defense.
That's when he was a dog. That was the only time. I forget. I don't know if he did much with the Cowboys, but he was a dog with us. He used to wear that little blue eye contacts too. That shit was hard.
He played the role.
I respect it. I don't like the Panthers, but I ain't got no beef with the Panthers either. It's fuck the Saints though. But it's gonna be an interesting fight. This is gonna be an interesting fight because I've never heard of either of these two people. And those are my favorite fights. Those are my favorite fights in UFC because like I'd be like when the dude that be doing the shoe drinking thingy, the shoes.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of them two people before, but they was talking like they was boys.
He just knocked out Greg Hardy.
Yeah, they both fought. Both of them have fought Greg Hardy.
Yeah.
I mean, not Greg Hardy. Both of them have fought Tai Tuivasa.
Which one? What it was looking like?
Sergi choked him out, and Greg Hardy got knocked out. I mean, that don't always. I mean, Hardy ain't always like that.
I'm taking Sergi because
the thing about though the knockout though, he did have him rocked, but then he just came in way too hot and just got clipped with a shot.
Got over aggressive.
Way over aggressive. He should have breathed, calmed down.
He's a young fighter though. NFL. He's making the jump. I will say, even though I don't like him, he has made improvements in every single fight.
He definitely made improvements with his kickboxing, more his stand-up game. Like he's definitely solid with his punches. Definitely improving on that for real.
But I already heard someone give out a pick. I heard Kat, you taking
Sergi. I'm
taking Sergi.
I bet a bag of chips on it.
Damn.
I'm taking, since I agree with you, I don't know where Marcus is right, but I'm taking Sergi, and the main reason I just think he's a better overall fighter. He's won most of his fights. I think like 6 of his 9 wins are submissions. So I think he's gonna take Greg Hardy to the ground, submit him, and there's a reason why Sergi's favored in this fight by a good margin. And if you're trying to at least make it a little bit buck, I think he wins by submission like he has in over 60% of his fights, and that's plus 300. So I'm taking that one. I'm riding that. I'm making big money this weekend on my card.
He hit a rear naked choke or he arm bar?
A triangle, a nice arm triangle.
Damn.
All right. Well, I'm about to drop a bomb early.
Oh,
I'm going with Greg in the first round knockout. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come out strong. And honestly, I think this is why they starting the card off with this fight for real. I think what I noticed about Sergey, when he does box, he likes to keep his chin high. You know what that means? That shit gonna get clipped. But that's only if Sergey can't really get him down on the ground. Like if he tries to box him in the first round, it's over. I think it's gonna be lights out by the end of the first round, maybe early second round. But if Sergey can keep him on the ground and really not let him get up, he can just grind out the win for real. But my pick is gonna be Greg Hardy first round knockout.
I respect it. What weight class is this?
Heavyweight. But I will say we do not have to make decisive picks. I think Sergi's gonna win. But in particular, I'm so confident I'm taking it by submission. You don't always have to take by knockout, by submission. If you just think he's gonna win, you just take it. But if you feel confident, or you think it, because I'm feeling pretty confident.
I think Sergey would win by decision. Like I think it would go the length if Sergey wins, but I just don't see it going the length if Greg Hardy is in control. Yeah, that's just how I see it.
That's a good take. Hey, I like having opposite sides.
Yeah, man.
That's what you want, man. It makes it juicy for the recap.
Gotta have that.
I can't wait to tell you whenever Greg Hardy wakes up tomorrow, and Robert, when he wakes up on Sunday out of the coma, I'm gonna let you know.
We not choking.
But on the next fight, I mean, outside this heavyweight, almost every other fight, me and Marcus were talking about this earlier. These are legends fighting on this card. Outside of, there's no belt on the line, but almost everyone in here has at least one of them's going to the Hall of Fame. I think 2 of them are going to the Hall of Fame. And this next card, Alex Oliveira, who's 22-11-1, Alex Cowboy, he has a shot. He never won a belt or anything, but hey, this is UFC, it's new Hall of Fame. Kevin Holland, 21-7. the Trailblazer. And this is a welterweight bout just to make sure, like, Kevin Holland was at middleweight for a list of fights beforehand. Now he's at welterweight, 170, not 185. And let me hear it. Let me see Kev.
I'm taking you. First off, I gotta take that boy Kevin because all Kevs work together. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. I have let's say I have a person who named Kevin. All we do is just, yeah, Kev, I got you, bro. All right, Kev, appreciate you. Goes to the store for me. I make sure you got what he needs. But I gotta take Kevin Holland, but also because I heard he be talking that shit. That boy be in that bitch, letting you have it. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's what I like to see. I like that shit. So I gotta take the mouth on this one.
I will say he don't just talk his shit. He would, like, if you hit him a nice 1-2, he like, damn, that was nice. Like as he's walking forward, like he's.
That's probably man. That should be having me laughing when I'm watching his fights. Cause like, bro, fight, man, like, bro.
And especially because he went on a 5-fight win streak on the same year. Like, he was taking fights left and right, and he was dropping them. And this was all in the Apex, where there's no fans, so everyone got to hear this man loud. Like, there wasn't hundreds of thousands.
That Apex shit was crazy, bro. Hearing the connects on live TV was, man, because you don't hear the same like hits when there's a crowd. So like,
or
that
coaches.
Apex, man. Yeah, or the coaches, man. That shit was intense.
Say less. I gotta do some Apex research. What's the best fight from the Apex?
There's a Brandon Moreno versus Davis Figueroa. The first. That was the first. That was the best fight in the Apex by far.
Nice.
Oh, exactly which one you talking about.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, but I will say, so you took your boy Kev Holland. I'm rocking with Kev Holland as well. Like I said, if you look at his I know Alex Oliveira is coming off of 0-3 against not that good competition. Whereas you look at Kevin Holland, he's coming off of 0-2 and a no contest where he was getting his ass beat. But basically, we can say 0-3 on that. So, but if you look at the people he lost to Derek Brunson, who out-wrestled him badly, kept him on his back. Derek Brunson, who was just in a number 1 contender fight to fight Israel Adesanya, basically. And then he fought Marvin Vettori, who once again took 11 takedowns. He's a great wrestler. Put him on his back, couldn't get up. But Vettori, what he has? 2 title fights against Adesanya. These are people who are title contenders. These are not bums as Oliveira. I think Oliveira is a little older. He doesn't have the chin anymore like he once has. He doesn't have the speed like he has anymore. Maybe he takes it to the ground, and if he puts Holland on his back like everyone else has, he could win. But this isn't at 185 anymore. He's not a little guy in a big division. He's a big guy in a littler division now. He has the weight. He's not going to be put on his back. He has a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or black belt, but he has techniques. He has choked out people. He beat Jacare Souza, who he shouldn't even been fighting him. He's a way better fighter than him, but he actually beat him before he got on the 3-fight losing streak that he's on right now. But give me Kevin Holland and give me him to win by decision. I think he keeps this shit standing up. He has a huge reach advantage that never goes to the ground, and he just tags him and talks to him the whole 3 rounds.
Hey, bro, that boy Kev got the Kev stamp of approval, man. Come on now.
How about you, Marcus?
Well, I'm on the same boat with you guys. I do have Kevin winning, but I think him moving down is a big thumbs up for him, man. I think that was honestly the best move he could have did, because I just feel like he got out muscled almost at the higher weight class.
11 takedowns. That's
he was 2 pounds. Weigh-ins are 185. He'll come in at 183. So it's not he was
he just got that natural skinny frame. So you can't really be muscling up these big dudes that are going to take you to the ground every time. But I mean, his striking game is on point, though. I love his striking game, man. His hands is on point. So, I mean, I think it is going to be a fight on the stand-up. Alex, he only got like, I think it's like 5 takedowns or something like that in like his last 2 fights. He only has like a couple, or it might be less takedowns, and I can't remember exactly, but I just don't think he's gonna be shooting at all. So I think it's gonna be on the feet, and I think Kevin's gonna easily win that either by KO or late round submission, because like you said, he do got that black belt.
And what?
Jiu-jitsu.
Ooh.
But he
that's
do
almost
got a bad
mandatory.
wrestling game.
If you want to be ranked in the UFC, you gotta have at least a purple or black belt in jiu-jitsu. There is no like if and or buts about it at this point.
I blame the Gracies.
That's true. No, but Oliveira's great at jiu-jitsu too, and he got it in Brazil, like in the home of the country, which is a lot harder.
I feel like Alex
maybe Kevin Holland gets submitted, maybe, but that to me is like the long shot. If you think Oliveira's gonna win, that's the only way. The only way possible. There's no knocking him out. There's no decision. There's like Kevin Holland's gonna dominate.
I don't see him keeping him on the ground either, though, because I mean,
yeah, he's a big boy now.
Yeah, Kevin, yeah, man, he got that reach and he's gonna have that height on him. So it's like,
he's
show him, Kev.
Come on now, Kevin's got reach now. Come on.
Yeah, look at that.
Come on.
That boy got the reach.
I can literally touch my roof.
Okay.
Kevin's had
Holland is weak on his back when he's at 185 against great wrestlers. I don't think he's weak on his back at 170 against another jiu-jitsu artist. I think it's going to be, if anything, that's a rolling match. If ever.
Yeah, I can see rolling match. Yeah,
but
I definitely could see that.
I could tell this last point. I could tell this fight's gonna be one of those. Hey, bro, get up! Hey, what you doing?
Stop talking.
I can already tell.
I also do think this could have a chance to be fight of the night, maybe. But we got to really see how it plays out, because Alex is a good striker, but I think, like you said, that age, I don't know if he can keep up. Yeah, man, he's been through his wars, so.
Yeah, let Kevin Holland put him to rest. And let's jump on to the next. We have Edison Barbosa, 22-10, another legend. I think he's guaranteed Hall of Fame status because he might be the best striker all time, especially with legs. Not like he just might hold the record for most leg kicks, most leg knockouts, most head kicks, all that stuff. Like he was one of the first. He's been fighting for a long time and he's been doing it well. Versus the young gun, Thug Nasty, Bryce, who's 14-0 in the UFC, ain't never see a loss to this day.
That boy, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, kid. I see that in the post-fight interview. He's like, I'm tired of people. I was out here saying I'm not gonna be doing shit because I'm from Arkansas, but I'm gonna still be in here whooping asses and I'm gonna still be screaming Arkansas. I was like, yeah, I like how you rep his set. I'm rocking.
Stop playing with him.
Stop playing. He just dropped an album on your ass. Don't play with
him. Rap too though. Like I heard he's better than Tyron Woodley, and I heard that. I'm not gonna say what sources gave me that. But
hey, bro, the Mount Rushmore of white rappers is Eminem, Mac Miller, Thug Nasty.
Oh,
man, stop it right there.
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow. There goes that. I know MGK somewhere like, I'm finna burn down their podcast.
No, but hey, Kev, I see you rocking with your boy. Let me know how you feel about Mr. I mean, you know about Thug Nasty.
I'm not gonna hold you, right? So here's the thing, right? So like, I could talk fighting all day. Like I used to wrestle, so like I understand there's certain people in the fight games that you just don't want to fuck with. Anybody with the last name Grayson, you don't want to fuck with. Like them boys will let you break every bone in their body before they tap out.
Steer away.
Wrestling, you don't want to fuck with anybody in WWE, professional wrestling, you don't want to fuck with anybody related to The Rock. He has a lot of Roman Reigns, all them. You don't want to fuck with even his daughter now. Like you don't want to fuck with anybody because
there's a tribal tattoo.
Yeah, you don't want
it's over. If they got the tribal on the titty, it's over.
Don't fuck with them. They're generations. His dad was the first black champion in WWE. But there's crazy motherfuckers, and they live in the country, and you don't fuck with nobody that built their own training grounds through their damn hands. Nobody that does farm work while being a motherfucking fighter. Nobody that spends his fucking fight purse on tractors. You don't fuck with nobody like that, God. You gotta take, bruh. Come on, he's screaming Arkansas. And if you don't know nothing about Arkansas gets ghetto. Arkansas can get gangster quick. So you got to be kind of rugged to be from Arkansas. People don't know that for like Little Rock. Some people say Little Rock was the second place to get crack. It was like LA, then they brought it to Little Rock. I shit you not. I'm being so serious.
No, I know you're serious. I didn't expect crack to be on this podcast.
So the rest screaming Arkansas, bro. You gotta take my dog Doug Nasty. And then they say he's like the second person ever to put in a twister. I was like, bro, that's probably the cleanest submission I've ever seen.
Yeah. And he tried it again the next fight and almost got it. Like, he got that shit in his bag for real.
And the announcers were going, he's going for a twister. Like, that's not something you're allowed to do.
Yeah, so I know and he's a mad wrestler. He mauls through people. So I know that's like Kev's right up your bread and butter, that wrestling.
Right. I hate watching this shit.
Let me talk to Marcus now. Let me talk to Marcus because Barbosa might be one of the greatest strikers in UFC history. This is a
highlight reel.
This is a wrestler, though. This is like the Achilles heel. This is if you get him to the ground, you got it. But if you can't get him to the ground, you don't got it. But how do you feel? One's old, though, and one's young. We got the old buck and the young buck.
The thing about Barbosa, I feel like he's pretty complete as a fighter. He has good takedown
5-inch reach.
But I think that's going to be his weakness. So I feel like Mitchell's going to take advantage of that. But, man, Barbosa is a walking highlight reel, man. He be having it crazy knockouts, kicks, all that. But the thing about Mitchell, man, he's a dog, boy. You're not going to slow him down, man. And he's just going to keep coming at you. He's not going to stay on his feet. He's not going to try to outstrike you. And he knows what he's going in there to do. So I think he averages like 3 takedowns a fight. So I feel like he's just going to grind it out on the ground and either submission, late round submission, or this unanimous decision.
He reminds me of Ben Askren just with submissions because of, like his wrestling. He'll run at you, and there might be sometimes there's nothing you can do because once he gets that grip strength on you,
bro, that's what it is. Like that man is like a bear almost. Like he won't let you go.
Bro, rule number 1 in wrestling. Once this is mine. This is whatever. If I get that,
this is a chicken wing at this point.
Hey, give me that.
This is mine now. This is no longer nobody else.
This is not your arm, okay?
This is Dulal's arm control. And
you sound like Khabib. See, that's the mentality of Islam and Khabib, Kev. It's like once I get this arm, that's not your arm, okay? Conor McGregor, that's my arm, okay?
Like once you get one of these, and don't you dare get one of these on me, because now that's mine. I'm taking this.
But so Bryce Mitchell, I think, is honestly like another Islam right now. Like no one wants to say it because he has he is the next Colby Covington because of his views. He said some outrageous things lately, and I'm not going to repeat them because it might get our whole podcast banned on YouTube for an episode.
Damn, I gotta look this up. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I'll talk to y'all after the episode. But Bryce Mitchell has some crazy views. It's not just political, like he's a Trumper. No, it's not just nothing like that or anything like that. Yeah, it's a lot further. But Barbosa, great fighter, great striker, been around the block. He's faced great wrestlers. And this is not his normal weight class. This is another fight, just like Kevin Holland. He's moving down a weight class because Barbosa's fought at lightweight his whole career. Now he's fighting at featherweight. Since making the change, he's 2-2, arguably 3-1 because it was a split decision that I honestly watched the fight. I think he should have won, but 2-2. He's beat Shane Burgos, who's a nice fighter, great striker. Bryce Mitchell hasn't fought in over a year, and I think Barbosa's seen great wrestlers, and I think he's going to win. Even though I had the hat, even though I think he's a great wrestler, and if he gets him down, he probably will win. I think Barbosa is gonna catch him slipping, because like if you watch Bryce Mitchell, he doesn't. Why I call him Ben Askren-esque is because unlike Kobe Covington and some other great wrestlers, he doesn't really throw hands. Like he's okay at throwing hands, but he's so obvious. Like, I'm just gonna rush you. I'm just coming to take you down. Barbosa's throwing a fucking double knee, knocking him out on the chin. Like, that's something like an uppercut. Like, once you come with your head down like that, like a great striker who has a 5-inch reach on you, the IQ and experience, I think he knows. Like, he's going into camp. I can't be taken down. If I get taken down, I'm gonna lose.
That's his only tool.
He lost 10 times in his career. He's not scared to admit that. I don't want to lose again. I'm not being taken down. I'm just gonna keep backstepping, and I'm gonna leg kick, and I'm the best leg kicker ever of all time, and I'm gonna break Bryce Mitchell's shin. And as soon as I break his shin, my Muay Thai is gonna kick in, whatever. Like, give me Barbosa by TKO plus 275. Another TKO. Like, that's like $10 to win 30, basically. Walking out with $40 out of that. If that happens.
You're not the first person I've seen go for Barbosa for the knockout, though.
And I think this might be fight of the night. You said that earlier. There's a couple fight of the night candidates. I think every fight here onward are my fight of the night candidates. But I think this one here, especially if Barbosa gets a vicious knockout, like a high knee when he comes in for a takedown, that's going to be the fight of the night. But
I can definitely see that.
Those would be the best knees when CC Bird coming down, like how that knee Adesanya got on Brunson. It's like those low key, those doop.
The Masvidal.
What you doing down there, stupid? What you doing now, stupid? What you doing down there, stupid?
And
Masvidal knee is the worst.
So just give me Barbosa here. This is my one, because I look at it as I want. If you look at it, almost every favorite should win. That's why they're the favorite. This is one of my underdogs. You gotta at least have a couple dogs on the card. This is mine right here. Give me Barbosa.
Oh yeah, I respect that for sure.
What's next on the card though? We have RDA. If you don't know what that means, then you missed out on a lot of great fights. Sorry to tell you that. Rafael Dos Anjos, 30-13, former champion of the world. He's still ranked top 5. And shit, he went at welterweight. He was ranked top 5. Now he's back at lightweight. He's still top 5. But this is at a catchweight because Rafael Fiziev is out. And now he's facing Renato Macchiano, who's 16-4-1. And he's unranked, but he's still a great fighter. This is at a catch weight of 160, it was normally supposed to be at 155, I believe. So not that too big of a deal. But Macchiano does usually fight at a weight class below. And he did just come off a fight at the last UFC 271 about 3 weeks ago with Adesanya and Whitaker too. So he did just come off a fight about a month ago. And so he's fresh, so that should keep him in some shape, even though he's coming in late notice.
I think he actually won 3 out of 4 also of his last fights, so that's pretty decent.
Yeah. Hey, I kind of like this kid. Like, he's out of his 16 wins, he has like 9 submissions. He's a submission artist.
It's that jiu-jitsu, man. That's his bread and butter. He loves that shit.
He's coming off of 2 wins off of Hernandez, who's a wrestler. He's Jair, Herbert, another back-to-back submissions, both in the second round. So that's what he does. But when he does lose, every loss he has, all 4 losses are knockouts, which is something Rafael Dos Anjos is very capable of. Very much a volume striker. He loves to swing. Kevin, since I know you did a little bit of homework and everything, trying to learn a little bit of UFC before you came to your first day of class. What
is he watching me? How does he know that? Who told him?
I know at least somewhere upon the homework you've stumbled upon a Rafael Dos Anjos fight.
I'm not gonna lie. I picked the fuck out of RDA because like I didn't get to watch too many highlights because I was saving them for like the day of the fight. So like, cause I'm doing all my homework tomorrow, so I ain't got shit to do on Saturday except get faded and watch people fade. It's a
fading fades.
I'm telling you, man. That's what I might call. That's what I might call the episode. Nothing but fading. Get nothing but fade. Too many. I said that too many times. But I'm taking RDA because, brother, truth from what I've heard. So what I heard, because like I haven't seen, but from what I've heard, he fucking up everybody back in the day. Like, and the back in the day wasn't that long ago.
No, that's a good take. I know personally, I saw Marcus. He was gonna be the moment that this fight almost didn't happen. Marcus was like, "Damn, I wish I saw RDA fight." like it's most people was like, "That old ass motherfucker, fuck him."
Right,
I'm here for the Covington Jorge fight. This man's a purist. He wants to see the Rafael dos Anjos fight.
Got to, man.
How do you feel about it? Were you biased? I'm not gonna lie, because I know you didn't say you knew much about the other replacement fighter. Are you already biased to RDA? That's the hometown hero. That's the man. Fuck it, like
that is who I got. I do got him winning by unanimous decision, but I feel like the fight is
5 rounds. 5 rounds.
That is a big key. Yeah, that's a big key. I'm not sure if was it Marciano. Did I say it right? Marciano. Has he been in a title fight? No, right?
He hasn't, but he has been in one 5-round fight against the Korean Zombie. He did get knocked out in the first round, TKO. Nice overhand hook. He threw the jab, and Korean Zombie fucking bow and go to sleep. Okay, like
overhand right be the worst too. It'd be like,
man, that was you said first round.
First round, and the I believe it was first. Maybe it wasn't first. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's first or second. So he never has seen the 4th or 5th round. And there are some signs in his last couple of fights where he has kind of looked kind of tired in the 3rd round. He came on solid first, 2nd round, 3rd round. He kind of fades a little bit. But at the same time, he's still a great fighter. So who knows if he's okay for a 4th or 5th round. But like you said, this is a big deal because RDA, he's only fought 5 rounders for maybe the past 7 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is a big advantage. I honestly forgot about the 5 round. I mean, I don't know if it will go to decision, but I feel I see RDA coming out on top.
Hey,
the Fiziev fight was a little different. Now that one I had a little different feeling.
He built like a fucking truck.
He come at you too. I love that shit.
No, but I feel like I need to speak for my boy Hinato because I got him winning this fight either by decision or submission. And I don't think it's going to be submission because RDA has only been submitted once in his long career, like over 45 fights. So, like, it might not happen, but Marciano is a submission expert, so similar to Brian Ortega, T-City, Triangle City, if you don't know. But Marciano is last 3 fights for RDA. I don't know, his last 3 wins. He has a couple wins. His last fight was a year ago, first off. But his last 3 wins, you have to go back all the way to 2017 to get his 3rd win. And that's over Robbie Lawyer, who's retired. Then you go to his next win, Kevin Lee, who's out of the UFC. And then if you look at his other win, it's over Paul Felder, who took it on short notice, like 4 days away, which is kind of similar to this, but he's a little bit older. And he retired right after that fight. Like, I don't think his competition in the last few years has been the best, or he has fought. My bad. I apologize. Anyone who's listening, I completely apologize right now because RDA has had the hardest 8 fights in a row of anybody. He's fought Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards, Tony Ferguson, Anthony Pettis, Robbie Lawler, Dustin Poirier. Like, he's fought, I think, but he's fought he had a graveyard hitman 8 fight in a row that he chose. So he has had but his last wins are over bums. That's what I'm saying. People, I'm not saying Robbie Lawyer is a bum. I'm just saying at 2017, when he's at like 38 years old, he's just not the same Robbie Lawyer. So I just don't think RDA is ready not ready. I just think he's older. Same with the
Yeah,
Alex Oliveira. I
age.
just think he's a little bit older. Marciano is very similar. Marciano is a submission artist. He's known for his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's known for his Muay Thai, but his hands are underrated. He completely he took 3 rounds with Calvin Kattar, who is a boxer, great boxer. He's already he's number 4 ranked right now. He just beat the shit out of Giga and like left him a bloody mess. Who was arguably the best striker in the division, and he just left him like bloodied up, and he outboxed him for 15 minutes. So I just expect him to put up a good fight, and I think he wins this. And I think it's close for a reason. Like usually whenever you see a 4-day replacement, the odds are like plus 300 for the replacement. But this odds are like plus 150, plus 140. Why? Because Marciano is legit, and this man has great striking, great jiu-jitsu, great and he's younger. He reminds me of Dos Anjos, just younger, and there's a little bit less of the ferocity that Dos Anjos fights with, because Dos Anjos will come out and just like straight up guerrilla you. It's like I'm just gonna keep swinging and I'm gonna fight you. Like we're gonna fight. It ain't no walking around. We're gonna fight. We're gonna throw a lot of strikes in this next like 20 minutes.
Oh, spell veracity.
Veracity, VERCIOUS. I don't know. SICI.
Oh, they ain't even got that far.
you had me. I almost had to look this shit up.
But this is scary because it is 5 rounds.
I forgot about that, man. That might honestly change my pick for real.
If he doesn't submit him, I do see RDA winning, because maybe Marciano comes out and wins the first 2 rounds because he's like that. But he's not, and then maybe RDA wins the 3rd round, and then for 4th and 5th, he's the only one that's ever been there, and he might win both of those rounds.
That is a tough one.
Hey, I'm about to see a legend do some legendary shit. I hope my dog gets the dub so I can come in and be like, legends never die.
Oh, I'm trying to go 5 for 5, man.
Does he get a title fight after it though? He is ranked like number 4, number 5.
Who's the champion in that division?
At let me see, what does he fight at? I believe is he fighting at welter? No, he's fighting at flyweight.
Is it 55, right?
Yeah, he's fighting at. So what is that, welterweight?
Yeah. I can get confused
155.
with UFC.
I believe he's fighting at welterweight, right? Yeah, because he moved to welterweight, and then that would be Usman.
Oh, he don't want that.
He doesn't want it. But that's one of his losses. But at the same time, Colby Covington can't fight Usman again. Neither can Jorge. They both lost him twice.
Y'all want me to get out the Usman? Like,
yeah, right. Sure.
What's the bag looking like? Dana,
that's why Usman's trying to go out my boy Canelo, man. Yeah, chill out on that.
Ooh. Hey, you should start pitching that one.
Right? Yeah, they gotta chill on that one. Like
they gotta chill on that one, man. Let him be a dog. Don't embarrass him now, man. Just chill.
All right, but so y'all both are on RDA, and I'm on Marciano for that one. The next fight is the main event. Kev, I want you to all right. I want you to introduce it. I know you. I'm just gonna say. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna let you introduce it, but before you go, we don't have a bell here. I don't think anyone has a ring bell in their home or anything.
Fuck, man.
So I'm gonna ring the drum.
Damn.
Ooh.
So as I ring the drum, break it down for him, Kev.
You know when them boys be going to war and shit, they got the big horn. They
yeah, I know exactly. That's like some Viking shit.
Hey, this shit is what you call beef. Hey, you know when rappers they be rapping, what's beef? Beef is when this is the shit right here. You feel me? That boy Jorge. Let me say it, Jorge. If you watch the full countdown, you know that boy Covington disrespectful versus Kobe Covington. But this right here is a great fight. You feel me? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. If behind Usman, Kobe Covington is probably the best fighter in this division. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro can wrestle like a motherfucker, and I'm not gonna lie. I always give respect when it comes to wrestling because I know that you had to do some bullshit to get that nice. But we talking real beef. We talking these boys used to be best friends, roommates, trained together, got into the game together, got bread together. Like them boys went crazy and then split over. Guess what? Cash, money, paper. It'd be like that. If you fall out over money, he really wasn't your dog. But hey, it's cool. But this shit turned even worse. People's getting kicked. People's talking to Covington's talking about bruh, and his entire team, entire training facility online disrespectfully. Jorge's over here having to put money out of his pocket to pay the coach because Covington he stiffed him on a fight, even though he's been training him his whole career. You can't pay him with a bag when you got the championship. But hey, I don't speak niggas' pockets. You feel me? That's not my lane. But it's just the disrespect. People are getting kicked out of their training facilities. Both of them got kicked out of America's top team at one point. Covington's still gone. Jorge's back doing what he got to do to win this fight. There's so much drama in this, and the fact that this isn't WWE doesn't make sense to me. That's why the brand of Raw is bullshit today. Like, you would think Vince McMahon had something to do with this, the way this shit's going down.
Written too good.
This shit is crazy. Like,
he might for.
I don't know what Covington did in his last fight, but Jorge is coming off again, knocked out, I believe. I'm not sure exactly. So there's a lot going down right now. Usually I would say Covington, you would have to say Covington is probably going to win this fight. That's what you usually, but this is real beef. And if you don't know nothing, Jorge is a gangster. Like, Jorge is a gangster. You feel me? Like, he don't really, this is some shit he's going to let go down. And everybody knows each other. Everybody, they've trained their entire career. They've trained most of their careers with each other. So they know what's about to go down. You feel me? So if I'm to give my early pick, I'm taking the gangster Jorge. But I think it's going to come down. We're going to know who's going to win within the first 35 seconds because it's whoever's fighting differently. If somebody's fighting different than they normally do, that means that they knew that the other dude has the advantage. But let me hear how y'all boys feeling, man, because this shit finna go down.
Let me hear you, Marcus, first.
Alrighty. This one, man, I've been waiting for this one, man. Watching all the clips, watching the countdown, watching them, was it embedded? Man, I love watching that shit, man. I'm ready to watch this one. But the thing about Kobe, I'll break him down a little bit. He's going to shoot for them takedowns early. I feel like he needs that to win. And obviously, we all know who's the better fighter coming into the fight. That's pretty obvious. It's Kobe. But I feel like he can have early success in the striking, but he has to do that, push the pace forward. I feel like, but he's good at that, man. He got the stamina. He's going to push that pace, and I feel like he's going to come right at Jorge, especially because I feel like the first round is going to be stand-up, honestly. And then I feel like then he's going to start to shoot the takedowns more in the second, the third, and try to grind out the win. But Jorge, man, the underdog, man. What is he, like 37 now? Man,
yeah.
He putting it all into this training camp. I'm telling you, he's putting it all into it. They know each other. He knows what Kobe's going to want to do. He's going to want to get him on the ground. He knows he's better than Kobe at the stand-up game. So, I mean, I just feel like Jorge is putting his all into this training camp. I feel like he's going to bring it all out. He's going to pretty much like his title fight, even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is how he's treating it. And I feel like he's going to go out. What he has to do, though, you got to keep him on his range, man. Like, keep Kobe out on range and set up that right hand because that's Kobe's weakness. And he's a southpaw. That shit's going to connect all day. Set up that right hand for Jorge, and that shit's just going to connect. But he has to keep that range and not let him push that pace. You know what I mean? So, like, and I also feel like Jorge got to – because, oh, man, his stamina is not as good as Kobe. So, I feel he can't outwork himself in the first 2-3 rounds. I feel like he needs to kind of preserve a little bit. So, those later rounds, like 4th and 5th, he can come out hot still. But, man, my pick has got to be the underdog, man. I feel like he's gonna come out strong, and I feel like he just putting it all into this fight. And I'm not really 100% sure if it's gonna be a finish or if it was gonna go to decision. Because I mean, Kobe, he's gonna try to grind out that dub on the ground. That's for sure. But I do got the underdog in this, man.
Hey, hate it or love it, man. The underdog's on top. Paul, how you feeling about this shit, man? This man did not just take his disgusted.
Colby's gonna win this fight. That's what I'm gonna start it off with. Jorge is the better striker. Jorge, if it's a boxing bout, if it's a striking, stand and bang, kickboxing, give me Jorge Masvidal every day of the week. But this ain't that. This is MMA. This is UFC. This is a main event. This isn't some prelims. Maybe I can experiment with my new takedown. No, this is you're coming in with your best bag, and whoever has the best bag, best ammunition is gonna walk out the winner. This is the Wild Wild West. Whoever has the quicker draw is walking out the victory. Kobe's an all-American wrestler. First off, like Masvidal's a great, but like this wrestling, he's all-American. Maybe like I know they both are coming off of losses. Masvidal's last 2 losses, both to Usman. Colby Covington's last loss is to Usman. But outside of Usman, no one has been able to beat Colby Covington. He's ran through everybody. He's beaten RDA, who's on the same card. He's beating everybody. Tyron Woodley. He's beating Damian Maia. He's beating Max Griffin. He's beating Robbie Lawyer. Like he's beating everybody. Jorge Masvidal is great, but he has his ups and downs. He has his runs when he's fighting. I feel like when he fights other good stand-up fighters, or when like Ben Askren's fight was a great wrestler. You cannot compare this fight to this one because Ben Askren has no stand-up. Colby Covington can at least throw a little bit. He has good stand-up. He's not going to just all of a sudden, like Ben Askren only did takedown. So don't even compare it, and don't even compare. It's a 5-second knockout. We don't know what would have happened if they fought 4 rounds.
Facts.
Like whenever you have to dig deep, we don't know what would have been happening. Colby, on the other hand, every person he's fought, if he doesn't knock him out. He gets TKOs. He doesn't have knockout power. He gets the ref has to step in, or he submits them, which isn't as often, or he does decisive, unanimous wins every time. Every single person he fights, if your name's not Usman, is an unanimous victory, and it's because of the fact of his wrestling. Come 4th round, come 5th round, come 3rd round. We can box come 1st round, like you said, Marcus. He will. Masvidal might win that 1st round. Why? Because of his striking. But if he doesn't get that knockout, which I don't think he will, I think Colby has a decent chin, and he has a decent heart. He's not just like, you saw his heart when he fought Usman. You can't say he don't have heart whenever he did 5 rounds with the champion and just battled or like straight battling for 5 rounds.
Getting knocked down, getting back up.
Yeah, like he has the heart. Like, and you might not like him. I don't like him. I'm born in Miami. I fuck with Jorge Masvidal. That's my guy. But my heart's not gonna be in my pick. My pick is who's the better fighter when I'm walking in. And there's a reason why he's favorited. Give me Colby Covington. I hate him. I like his strategy, though, because he knows he can't beat Usman. So he has already caught out Adesanya, which will sell a lot of pay-per-views. He knows he can't. Like, why would Usman do 3 fights with him when he's already beat him twice? So what does he do instead? He calls out Adesanya. So what I think is he's gonna win here decisively in decision. And Usman, and he's already favored by a lot. So if you're gonna take him, I think you take him by decision because he's not knocking him out and he's not submitting Jorge Masvidal. But he will out wrestle you and be on top 4th and 5th round, 3rd round, the whole fight.
I respect it. But like, it's beef. It's beef. It's a whole different. Like, I understand. Like I said, like, he's the best in the division if your name is Usman. But like, it's beef. There's different rules. Like, there's codes you don't break. Like, remember when Khabib beat the shit out of McGregor? Like,
But it's not the same though, because
oh, let me finish. See, like we knew McGregor was gonna get bust, but we didn't know his coach was gonna get his ass whooped too. You feel me? And beef, anything can happen. You feel me? That's what beef is. Like we didn't know Drake was gonna be. That's beef. You never know what's gonna happen next. That's beef.
what? I'm telling you, it's just Kobe's not a dumb fighter. If you were to act like Kobe has a gimmick and he sticks to that gimmick, but in his heart, he knows Jorge's the better striker. He's not gonna go out there and strike with you for 5 rounds. He might make you think it, but maybe Usman had a hard time taking him down. But Chael Sonnen, another great wrestler who has background straight high school, college wrestling.
Nah, Chael Sonnen was the truth. Like,
yeah, so he says the difference between him and Usman is Kobe's done this shit since he's 9. And whenever you do wrestling for so long, when you come into MMA, it's not just one-time takedowns.
You're always looking
Kobe
for
does. Yeah, he does chain takedowns. The first takedown might not take you down, but it's just to get closer. It's just to get this
get
position.
back up and bring you right back down.
And then on the next one, he does chain takedowns, and when and that's what makes people great at Olympic wrestling, because they can do chain. They just chain everything. It's not just one move. It's just a move into another move into another move, and that's what he does. Unlike Usman, where Usman was just like he has a certain style of wrestling where he's more. But the difference between if Kobe had the freakish power of Usman, because Usman is built, like Usman has that power, the knockout power, where Kobe doesn't. And that's why I'm taking Kobe by decision, because he's not going to knock Jorge out, but I think he's going to tag him up and just be on top position he doesn't have control for a lot of the late fight.
What does Jorge do with his career if he loses this fight?
I think he either fights
Jake Paul. That's what he's gonna do.
That's a good take, no, but I think because Conor McGregor's trying to come up to welterweight just to prove to everybody that he can fight in that weight class, and that would be one of the biggest draws I think ever in the UFC.
That might be that might break the pay-per-view.
Yeah, which is Khabib versus Conor. Conor has 4 of the top 5 pay-per-views, so like if him versus Masvidal, I think that might do some huge numbers.
Yeah.
Or he fights the Diaz brothers for the BMF. Or Conor McGregor for the BMF. Like, it's just that belt is so loose.
I feel like he should have put that belt up tonight or on Saturday, man.
Dana said he might, but I think he was kind of kidding. All the headlines were saying, "Oh, Dana White might put up the BMF." But I watched the interview. It was on Pat McAfee, and if Kevin knows, anyone who comes on Pat McAfee, half of the shit they're saying is joking. Is not to be taken very seriously, and that's their breaking news. So he was just like, "Oh yeah, maybe I should." Ha ha ha. And now everybody's thinking that the BMF belt might be put up tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Saturday. And I doubt it's gonna happen. It was a joke. It was just a throwaway joke that now got sound bit.
Hey, speaking of Pat McAfee though, like quick sec, you seen that Vince McMahon was on there today?
Yeah, but I low-key might have to go watch that.
Because Pat McAfee versus Vince McMahon is gonna be on the WrestleMania ticket. Mark my words.
That would be a twirl. What the fuck?
Bro, that's like your dream come true. Like, yo, I'm about to put Mr. McMahon through a table. Like,
I'm about to bust his ass off a ladder.
That man's like 60-year-old right now, collecting Social Security.
I'm putting. Mr. McMahon could be 99. I'm stunning him, bro. Like, this is a dream.
RKO is old ass.
I'm taking his ass out of the casket.
Oh no, just lock
I'd be like, man, make me in charge.
Batista bomb his ass through some table.
Flaming table.
No,
off the fucking cell.
Hey, I was actually watching. I was watching the Royal Rumble, bro. That shit was so fucking cool. Like this WWE is the coolest shit ever, bro. You know who was in the Royal Rumble, bro?
Was it who?
Bad Bunny. and
Johnny I did see that.
I think I saw headlines of Bad Bunny in the Royal Rumble.
Bro, and I'm not gonna lie, Bad Bunny got some moves, bro. I've been training. Bro, him and Rey Mysterio, immediately they clicked like that. The boys was out there sending people out of there. But then Brock Lesnar came. He came in at number 30, which I think is a cheat code. Brock Lesnar can't come in at number 30. Who? Y'all know 20 people that can throw to Brock Lesnar out. Y'all let him come in last.
They had no surprises too in that bit. They had fucking Johnny there. Like, come on, man, throw some OGs out there or something.
Yeah,
Hey, I watched that shit last year because okay, just had somebody happen to have it on at work, and the motherfucking Edge won that shit. I was like, I know all these niggas. Like y'all niggas just don't. Y'all niggas just do.
Yeah,
this
but ain't nobody new coming up. I know Roman Reigns, but I heard
they still got Goldberg wrestling, bro. Goldberg was fighting for like my dad, bro.
He's still defending his streak and shit.
Bro, I seen the corniest shit ever. I seen this nigga Roman Reigns was in that bitch. He goes. Goldberg comes in. He goes, yeah, Roman Reigns, you're gonna be my next victim, and then walked off. I turned that shit off immediately. I said, "Where the Rock at?" Villain. I said, "Where the Rock?" Bro, that shit had me crying. He sounded like the Joker. But that was a quick tangent for WWE. We got to do that from time to time because that should be cool. You watching WrestleMania this year?
Fine.
I will be,
unless I can get it on Stream East.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be.
I don't. What I mean is, I ain't paying for WrestleMania personally. There ain't a day where I pay for none of those streams.
I mean, hey man, they gotta know me. I'm finna be. God damn, Brock Lesnar, you suck. But nah, this has been lit, man. Paul, you got anything else, man?
I just have a couple parlays that, unless I sound crazy, let me know.
Go ahead, man. Shoot him.
If you take Colby versus Jorge to go over 2.5 rounds, because I think they're both used to championship bouts, like they're gonna at least get into the third round. Kevin Holland just to win. I don't need nothing special, just him to win against Al Oliveira. And then I know you might not agree with this, Marcus, but I think Sergey Spivak is just a better fighter than Greg Hardy. And let me get him just to win. And I put $25. I win 40, walk out with 65. And I don't think that's too crazy. I think those are kind of solid. And then if I just have one big bet, like plus 300, it's Kevin Holland to win by KO or decision, either TKO, KO, like he either knocks him out or goes to the card. And then Spivak, he's either going to submit him or goes to points. Same thing, decision or submission. Like I said, 6 wins out of 9 wins, all of them like straight submissions. He's great at it. Greg Hardy don't have a great ground game. And then Colby and Jorge Masvidal to at least go 3 rounds. 25 to win 75. You walk out with $100.
Sheesh.
Nice. That's actually a pretty good turnout. I hope you hit them things, man. But I hope I got Jorge, man. I got Jorge.
See, my heart says Jorge, but my mind says Colby.
Your pocket.
I feel that, man.
Your pocket told you Kobe. Your pocket said, "Hey, yo."
His pocket told you Kobe.
Like, because if you lose a bet betting on Kobe, you're like, well, at least I chose a better fighter. But if you lose a bet, you're losing betting on Jorge. You're like, this is what I get for fucking listening to the storylines, man. I don't care how many baby mamas he talk about. I'm not picking them ever again. Nobody, no people like that ever again.
No, but I think this was a good ass episode for but this is the first episode of the Fight Club. And
you got anything, Marcus?
Shit, man, I just can't wait to watch these fights, really, man. And I'm just hoping the dog come out, man.
Hey, who's gonna have the scorecard out? Because I'm gonna be in that bitch drunk.
No, I say I might have a little bit of scorecard, but at the same time, my scorecard might be a little blurred by the time.
The thing is, I'm not 100% sure. Like, how I could score it with my mind. Like, okay, yeah, he got that round or he controlled that round, but I don't know how to like score
the criteria
like,
they have.
Yeah, because like I know they count the takedowns, they count control time and all of that. So you know what I'm saying? I still gotta learn that side before I start scoring some fights.
I got you. I'll send you a link because there's a nice little link I got that basically tells you what they look for and then order. Because they'll basically be like, if we can't tell who won off of this, we'll go on like the 4th base, 5th.
Right, okay, hell yeah.
But even then, MMA judges are never to be trusted.
Hey man,
Judges
fact.
in
Hey,
general, man.
even I fuck with Dana White because he'll check the boys. He's like, but the officiation was terrible this one.
Yeah.
I fuck with Dana White, man. I just like how he puts together the best, like the best fight, the best, bro. Like that's what you got to do,
Bruh,
and that's why he makes so much money from that shit.
Bro, I heard a book. I heard book. I heard who's the big dog bad guy? Who's bad guy again? Chow Sunner? Is that bro?
Yeah.
Bro, motherfucking bro talking about Dana White. Dana White's so much of the truth because you think about it, there's no book on boxing promoting boxing. For him to consistently have fight main cards that just killing. This is like the third one in a row that's just like astronomical. Like
Literally.
He's doing something that like he's really doing things that we probably like that is genuinely breaking records. The way he controls his company and does business, and like the way that they're changing now, the people are probably gonna start getting paid more now. Like it's coming like
that is the only thing that they do got to up it up, man. The pay, because like who is it?
The Paul brothers.
Well, yeah, them boys, but yeah, they pushing for that shit hard, but. Fuck, the heavyweight champ, bro. His name's like just on my tongue.
M'Baku.
Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, bro. He got paid like yeah, they get endorsements and all that shit on the outside, but his UFC check was like under $1 million, bro. So I'm like, come on, man. There's like some fucking boxers that are like 10 fights and they getting more than that. Devin Haney gets more than that. He's not even a champ. So it's like,
100%. That's why they're pushing for the pay and all that stuff.
He's the heavyweight champion, bro. He can't get $1 million.
Yeah,
that's real.
Shiesty, that's business. We'll see what happens because I think everything's gonna be changing in the next 3 years. Why? Because UFC is finally being put into the limelight. It's not just the backside sport. Now it's being put into the spectrum of ESPN. They have whole hours of sanction to it. And now they have Chael Sonnen working for them. They have a whole MMA hour. Ariel Helwani, one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Like everything is limelighted on Joe Rogan, biggest podcast in the world probably. And what's his one of his biggest things he does? He has MMA fighters and he talks to them. So
I love watching that shit.
Yeah, so like a lot of things is just like UFC used to be looked at like dog fighting for humans. So now, it used to be banned, and that's why they only fight in certain states because it's banned in all other states. So it's
a lot more fighters are way more skilled now too than
gambling.
Back in the day.
It's built. It's getting bigger, and once you get bigger, more eyes are on you.
I respect it.
But I think that's been a good episode for UFC 272, Kev.
But all right, man. Hey, man, if you don't know, we don't give a fuck no more because you going to learn. This has been the Totally Blitzed podcast. Fight Club, you feel me? We talking fading. We talking bumps. We talking whatever you got to do. Today has been the UFC 272 fight card. Next episode, it might be UFC 273. It might, with April time, we might be talking boxing fight cards. And boy, when anytime Canelo fight, you know we going to talk about that one. So, hey, man, stay tuned, man. We got nothing more. We got more coming for you, man. Don't forget, we still got the football. We got the season recap episode coming. And then the championship crowning episode. Don't forget about those. Stay on the lookout for those. But we appreciate that boy Marcus, man. This a new member of the crew. You're going to catch that boy talking nothing but hands, and more hands consistently on a weekly basis. Come on, motherfucker. And we got Paul picking with him, catching himself. That boy been picking. He didn't pick my dog Jorge. But he be picking and winning still. So you know what I'm saying? So Paul pick him with a catch. We gonna shoot that. And hey, that boy Will, man, we hoping that you get better, man, because that's not what you're going through. You're going through it, man. Because I know when I'm sick, I'm not the man to be with. I'm sick, leave me the fuck alone. No, I'm a baby. I'm not doing shit. So we pray we get you. We hope you get to a speedy recovery, man. We hope you feel better, man. And shout out anybody watching this because we fuck with you the long way. And this been Totally Blitz, you bitch.
Problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools. You could call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes. This ain't nothing.